Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I'm just going to sort out my mirrors. I am on my way to the hospital again. And I wanted to point something out. Multiple things. I don't do this for any kind of positive traction on YouTube. I don't do it for marketing. I don't do it for the algorithm. I do this at a very core thing to help me get through every day. So some days I will be doing exactly the same movement from place to place, exactly the same talks and that, because the primary part of it is to keep me alive, to keep my brain focused. And this, beyond anything else, the vlogging is one of the biggest primary types of therapy. This allows me to get whatever's in my head out. And sometimes it just allows me to try to make sure that I can function each day. And that's what it comes down to. Me talking to you all when I'm walking, when I'm going to me putting this up there, is me connecting with the universe. Me trying to keep myself on solid ground when the really bad shit goes down. This is why sometimes I do a lot more than normal. It's because I am trying my very best to continue along this pathway. There is so much that goes on, so much that I'm dealing with on a normal day, on a completely normal day. And then we add so that I am surviving each day. And then stuff like my mum dying, slowly dying at the moment, Paola dying, all those things that have happened to me in the past. Doing this with you, even if just a couple of people watch it, in the next 6 months or a year, it doesn't matter. I'm connected in a very real way, and I'm not alone. It's not telling me to go, it's not telling me to go yet. I'm just going anyway, because so that's why sometimes I'm a bit freaked out when I'm doing this. This is why sometimes I'm completely freaked out. It is you are my lifeline. This is my lifeline. This is how I manage to deal with things that a lot of people don't. Talking to you guys. This is why I say always that all of you just spending time with me is much more important than anything else. Watching one of my videos, listening to me on Discord, dealing with my absolutely crazy shit. You can just go straight across there because there's no one there. Oh, and it changed as well. And we will go for this. And so you are all helping. So yeah. Let's get ourselves up here. We need to get across here really in some way, shape or form. Cross over as quickly as possible onto the other side, because the other side is much better than this side. Ooh, let's just get up here. Over here. I'm getting used to this run now. I'm getting used to this run and getting up there. So let's get ourselves back up here, up the hill. We're travelling up this hill part as best as we can. I'd love to be going other places than that, but this is what I'm doing at the moment. This is where we're going and what we're doing. We are making our way. It's going to be dark when I come back. Well, that's okay, this has got lights. Very good lights, actually. But it'll be interesting to see the low light ability of this camera. So we're going to just keep going the way we're going. This vehicle is amazing. It really is. Getting up these hills are a pain to get up usually. I have walked up here, I have pushed wheelchairs up here, this hill, to get to the hospital. This is more like a leisurely stroll. Doing what we can with what we got. I have to just check everything whenever I cross the road or anything. We are kicking ass and taking names. Yeah. Right. Always have to make sure in every single road. I love this place. I mean, I love the trees and everything, and going up to this area. If I wasn't going to the hospital, I'd go up this way and go towards, I believe it's Newcastle, and explore Newcastle and on my mobility scooter. I would do that. Here we are. Gonna go check on my mum, see if anything's changed. So let's recount the story of my mum building me a firing range in the backyard. Now this wasn't for, it was only for air rifles and air pistols and slingshots. But what she did is, she knew I was interested in them, and I had got an air rifle and I was using it up the fields because there was a farmer that would allow us to shoot vermin on his field. This was in the 1980s, early 1980s. 1984 or 83, something like that. And my mum went to all the local shops that were near us and bought off them all these great big crates, you know, pallet crates, the big wooden ones. She bought about, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 of them, and she set them up in a way to actually just let me get across here. She set them up in the backyard at the very back. In like a box section with 3 of them at the back in a way to backstop the pallets. Half of one at the front so the rebounds would hit that. Right, so I'm going to continue down here for a little bit. And I'd like to get off here and get onto the other side. And so I came home to this one day and she had built this thing for me so I could, she had a little pallet box and everything set up for it. Which isn't that one we want to cross. It's trying to find a way across that isn't actually too bad. In fact, I don't think we need to go across there. What we need to do is just get down here. And get around this corner. So I think this is the way we have to go, so there, we'll get back on here. My mum was an expert at doing things while I wasn't expecting them. She was an expert at setting things up for me. Woohoo! And so that was one of many stories where my mum was there for me and allowed me to do things. She never forced religion on me. She never forced anything on me. She always allowed me to find my own path. She taught me about gay people. We had friends who were gay. We had friends who were all different things she used to volunteer for Samaritans and things like that. When she was working with children in social care, she helped those children and actually she would take them out to see movies and that. If they were good, she would reward them because she looked after children at one of the places that looked after troubled children, let's put it that way, very troubled children. And she used to take them out to places, and if they were good, if they tried to go back to school, she would reward them out of her own pocket. And she would help anybody out. And she was the smartest person in her. When she used to work in town, and she was a manager of a shop and everything. And then from there, when my dad died, she took on any kind of job she had to. And then she went into social work. First she started doing night where basically you just look after the social services buildings at night, and from there she did all NVQs and all everything that would make it possible for her to do those things. Let's go down a bit, get past some of the worst of the and so she was always improving herself, even though she lost 2 husbands, and she had to deal with abuse when she was her father was a horrible person. She made sure that I had a good start, and she was always there for me, no matter what. She never oh God, I remember me and my wife were, how can I put this? We were into BDSM, and we had a girl who was going to come up and spend time with us one weekend. And we didn't hide this from my mum. And so we're doing a bondage session at our old house, me and Paola with this lovely girl. I think she was about 25, and my mum came and ordered takeout for us all. that was my mum. That was my mum. She just came up and ordered takeout for us. Oh God, I miss her so much. And the house was always the family house, and everything she did to build up my home. She knew all about my disabilities. She didn't know it was autism back then, but she knew I had limitations, and she always made sure everything was there for me. She was amazing. She really was. She gave me the best start in life. And when Paola's parents disowned her, yes, Paola's parents disowned her when she got ill, my mum basically adopted her as a daughter, and they did everything together, and she was always there for her no matter what. She was amazing, my mum was. And now all we can hope is that she passes and doesn't wake up, and that she has peace, because that's what she deserves. She deserves peace. So yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better mum. Right, we're here. We're going to be going not in this side. We're going to go in the other side, because we're not going in the emergency way, because we're supposed to go a different way, and we're going to have to try and find our way in through the general entrance. So you'll stay with me for a little bit, because I turn you off once I go in there, because it's not right me taking any footage of people in the accident emergency or in the hospital as a general place. It's not. I would never do that. Hell, I don't even record footage on VRchat when I'm talking to people, because I think when you talk to people, unless they know it's thing. So yeah. So we're going to go all the way over here. We could have crossed over. I didn't remember that I was going to go this way. Oh, it's like